Okay, you know I'm a Sonic fan. Sonic Forces is released and I've managed to complete the game, and what do I think of it? Well, it's the most average game of any average game I've played. It's just so average. I've literally never had such an average experience in my life of playing games. And I've played a lot of games for my age. Trust me, I really tried loving this game. So then, let's force our way into the review for Sonic Forces. And yes, the Sonic Forces pun is intended. I'm not the only one, so we'll let it go from here. Now, the narrative was a key aspect I was looking forward to up to the release, and I know they did an apocalyptic world in Sonic 06, which was ultimately trash, but I thought, hey, Sega are doing this for a second time, assuming they've learned from their mistakes. I was like, hey, why not give it another try? And how did I feel about it? It's not good, it's not bad, it's just okay, I guess. Yeah. Unfortunately. And that's just me trying to be nice to it. Eggman has finally taken over the world with the support of his latest creation called Infinite, a powerful being who wields the Phantom Ruby, a stone which allows you to warp reality, time and space. And yes, it is the same stone as from Mania. Infinite easily takes out Sonic right at the beginning of the game, presumed dead. A resistance has rose to fight back against the Eggman Empire, led by the rest of the Sonic heroes, with the resistance leader being Knuckles. Tails goes missing because he's, and I quote, lost it, even though he's perfectly okay the next time we see him. And later meets up with the classic version of Sonic from Generations, who to be honest doesn't need to be in the story at all. He comes out from nowhere with no clear explanation. Like, do we need this guy again? He doesn't even do that much besides be another Sonic. He appears randomly and there's only the forced 2D section that's forced onto us. And again, no pun intended. Another Death Star, Death Egg is built, Sonic is actually alive, and we find that out like 5 minutes later, completely removing the suspense. He escapes Eggman, and the forced fan service of characters get easily beaten, which I did find extremely disappointing and a bit misleading, especially what we were given in the E3 trailer that was revealed. I love the idea of Eggman taking over the world and teaming up with former enemies. We have Shadow, Zavok, Metal Sonic and Chaos. This would have been a perfect opportunity for a longer, more fleshed out narrative and some awesome, never seen before boss fights, but that's thrown out the window as those enemies are just lifeless clones created by the Phantom Ruby. What was the point of this? Chaos and Shadow didn't even get any boss Sonic fights. Meets up with the rest of the Resistance team, fights Eggman and his army Phantom Menace style and wins. End of story. With your own custom character running off into the sunset. Credits hit, and the summary being to do with friendship or something. I don't care about this, to be honest. Personally, I thought the custom character had the most potential, but again, that potential was thrown out the door. The whole idea is pure marketing gold, and what I believe to be the main selling point of the game, as you can make the Sonic character you've always wanted. Kids will definitely. But there was really nothing special or memorable about the custom character except for one flashback. Well, I've told you briefly about the narrative, so what about the gameplay? Modern Sonic follows the boost formula, returning from previous games like Unleashed Generations and Colors, which I'm glad to see after the great game of Sonic Boom. And what can I say? Sonic Team nailed the formula. The flow is good, nice tight controls, and the fast pace of Sonic running is exhilarating. But the downside is that the levels end too soon. Just as I'm getting into the groove for a level, it just ends. I have no idea why they removed the drifting ability completely, as it just completely stops the pace of the game and just places you into a short game cutscene, and it feels like I'm running into a brick wall every time this happens. Then we have 2D Sonic, whose gameplay is my least favourite, something which feels off about him, and mainly the momentum and flow when running. But my thoughts may be like this as I just got off from playing Sonic Mania, which literally aced the feel for 2D Sonic. So I don't want to be too harsh on the classic Sonic stages. Moving on to the custom hero levels, which blends in the 2D and 3D styles of Sonic with a sprinkle of Ratchet and Clank, giving the character a weapon, also known as a Wisp Bomb, which are powered up by the Wisp capsules that you gain in the game. You also have a variety of options in customizing your character. You can choose from a bird, hedgehog, wolf, bear, etc. and have a wide variety of clothing. Again, props to Sonic Team for this idea. It brings something new, refreshing and original, which unfortunately feels like the only thing that is original. Like, seriously, do we need another Green Hill Zone? Do we really need another Chemical Plant Zone? Again, maybe this is why I find Colors superior to Generations and Forces. It's not just to tug at the nostalgia strings, but to try at least put some imagination and thought into it. Nostalgia also has its limits. I'm going to try and move to the positive side now. The soundtrack is great. It's nice to see that the Sonic OST has returned with vocals, and I think the first vocal soundtracks since Black Knight, if I'm correct. The music matches up with the playable characters perfectly. 2D Sonic has a classic retro Mega Drive feel to it, your customizable character having a techno effect with vocals, and modern Sonic returns with your more traditional rock style that we've come to see in Sonic games. The voice acting is great. Roger Craig Smith does excellent voicing with Sonic, with a much better script at his disposal that goes along with Eggman, Knuckles, Infinite, and also, did you know SPO plays My Man Hit from Dragon Ball Super? Just a fun fact. In conclusion, Sonic Forces isn't the best game, but isn't certainly the worst game. It literally sits in a limbo between good and bad. Don't get me wrong, I did find enjoyment, but it just felt like Sega just took one step forward and 3 steps back. if you do really want to play this game, even though like it has got mixed reviews, I would wait for a price drop at best, because it's just disappointing, to be honest. That's how I felt. And I was really excited for this. I thought Sega had their way and they finally got it, but unfortunately not. I would actually just go for Mania. It's much better, much cheaper, and like they actually put effort into it. So yeah, with that said, that was Sonic Forces for the Nintendo Switch. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever. See you guys next time. Peace out. Okay, one last thing. What would I want in the next modern Sonic game? Now please, we know we're going to get a sequel to Sonic Mania, of course, so I'm so happy for that, hopefully. But what I want, Sonic Team, is to go back to their roots on how they did 3D games. Sonic Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2. Please, can we just get to Sonic Adventure 3? That's all I want. That's all I'm asking. Please, because these two games were great. So yeah, see you guys.